to Silent Screaming.
Resurrected. I'm Jordan Gradell.
Yes, she is. And I'm Patrick Hill.
Yes, she is.
And today we're talking about good old
The Watchers.
Scotland.
What?
Is it Scotland?
Is that where they are?
I think they're in Scotland.
No,
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, did we watch the right movie?
With, I almost said
Dakota-
Drew Barrymore.
Dakota Fanning?
With Dakota Fanning. Wow, we are off to a weird start. We're talking about The Watchers.
Yes.
Directed by, I think, Ashana Night Shyamalan, which is M. Night Shyamalan's daughter.
Yes.
But before we get into it, what are we drinking?
So today I have for you giant. Get it? Because they're giants.
Oh my god, they are
Technically,
giants
they're
watching them.
fairies in
They're the
movie.
fae.
The fairy. She was a fairy.
She was.
But they were really, really tall in the movie. So I just.
I know, I was jealous.
You're tall.
I'm 5'8". That's short for men.
Taller than me. But anyway, I had these in the fridge because I did not like them.
Well, thank you.
So we're going to drink it together. It is a hard peach tea.
I love things that are hard and peach.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means, but here we are.
Pop her open.
I was going to do an 8. Hold on. That's not bad.
It's not bad. It just wasn't what I was expecting.
I like that.
It's like very tea aftertaste.
I mean-
and not, I thought it was going to be like sweeter for some reason.
What does that say right there?
I know, but normally with peach tea, it's like more peachy. But this is not, it's like more, it's more tea-y.
There was a canned peach something that I got recently that was, I think I made you taste it when you were at my house, the old house. It was one of the worst things I've ever tasted.
Like this isn't bad.
No.
It
this
just
is
has a
good.
weird aftertaste that's throwing me off. It's
I
drinkable.
like it. It's drinkable.
Yeah, it's drinkable.
But before we get into talking about the main, I don't know why I want to do this again, the main event. I said it last time and I'm saying it again. What movies are coming out or things are coming out that you're looking forward to?
Okay, I only have a few things because I
Me too.
feel like it's kind of been slow, like a slow summer. I feel like everything that we are looking forward to that's coming out, like
We've
this
already talked
Halloween
about.
season, we've already talked about. This one probably is already on your list.
Probably.
But the first one on my list is Apartment 7.
Oh my God, dang it, that's what I was going to say.
Okay, I'll leave it for you to talk about.
Okay.
The other one that's on my list is Salem's Lot.
Yeah. The photos looked good. Was there a trailer yet?
I don't think I've seen a full trailer.
I saw mixed feelings about it being reboot. I mean, I think with any reboot right now, people are like,
I just think Salem's Lot's really an underrated horror movie.
I haven't seen the original one.
Yes, I remember us talking about this. We've mentioned this on the podcast.
I haven't seen it.
You should watch it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's like old school creepy.
I know there's like a floating boy.
There's a lot of floating people. Did you ever see Fright Night?
I think so. With
So Fright Night originally was a 1985 film, but they did redo it.
I'm thinking of the reboot, which had Colin Farrell. Who I was
that
thinking
was the
of.
reboot. You need to go and watch the original. The original is far more creepy.
'Cause I've only seen the reboot for sure.
Don't watch the reboot. That one was trash.
Trash.
I don't actually recognize any of these people that are in the original. But the original is far more creepy. So you need to go watch that. And Salem's Lot. We'll have like a vampire movie night.
Vampire Night. Oh my God.
And
I want
then-
to start having more darties, horror movie darties.
Oh, like a party?
A day party, like where we watch horror movies during the day.
I've never heard of it called a darty.
A darty. Well, partially because I like,
Darty.
you know, like we're getting old and now we want to go to bed at normal
Yeah,
times,
yeah.
but also because my apartment complex is weird. And if you're parked here after 10 p.m. and I don't register your car, you get towed.
Okay, well, we better hurry.
Well, it's only like 6:58, so we're good.
With our ADHD. Anyway, so Salem's Lot is the other one. And then I also have in my notes, I couldn't find it, but I jotted it down. It just says Norman. Is there a horror
Like
movie?
Bates?
Yeah. Are they coming out with a Norman Bates movie?
I have no idea, but I feel like we've done enough in that story.
I don't know.
So we've had remakes and we've also had Bates Motel.
Bates Motel was different for me though.
I loved Bates Motel.
It was really good. I don't know. I wrote it down. I'm gonna keep looking for it, but those are just the handful of things I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, same. I mean, my number one thing that I'm looking forward to was the first one you said, which is Apartment 7A.
It looks good.
That trailer looks really good. I love, oh my fucking God, what's her name? The main girl who's incredible in everything. Julia Garner.
Yeah.
She's such a good fucking actress.
She's one of my favorites. I love her so much.
I still need to finish her in the thing that she got famous in. I can't think of the name of that show with Jason Bateman.
Ozark?
I've watched the first 2 seasons, and it's usually
I don't know shit about fuck.
I love her in that show, but usually when I binge shows, like I don't have a problem with things that are depressing, but that show's really hard for me to get through because I get really anxious watching it because I think they're always like in danger of being like murdered and caught all the time.
That's the whole point.
Which I don't know, it's just hard for me to get through it, but I love her in that and everything. She was great as Anna Delvey. I don't know where the money is.
The money's coming.
I don't know. But she looks great. So does the woman playing the old lady in Apartment 7A, which is Diane Wiest. She's an amazing actress and she's doing a great job. I just recently watched Rosemary's Baby and like they're doing such a good job of playing those characters. But it looks very good. It looks very compelling. And I think it's a cool like prequel to explore. It's giving me First Omen vibes, like a good idea for a prequel.
See, I don't mind the prequels.
No,
Like, the
prequels are great because they're
classic
not
horror movies.
reboots. They're like, they're something, they're new.
They're
There's something
filling in
new.
the holes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a tie into what
We all know how much we
already love.
love holes to be filled. Oh, I did that for myself. I thought it was going to be something like sparkles, but it was crickets.
It worked.
But yeah, that, and then I saw, there hasn't been a trailer yet, but there was an announcement about it a while back. And I don't know if I would say I'm excited about this, but I'm confused. And tell me if you're also confused.
Okay.
They're making a Black Phone 2.
I saw that.
To what? What to?
I don't know, because isn't it based off a book?
Yes, and also he dies at the end of Black Phone, the villain.
Is it a prequel?
I
No,
guess.
he dies?
Yeah.
I just remember the cops come in or like raid the house.
I thought the kid killed him at the end.
Well, I thought like the kid left him for the ghost to kill him.
But I thought it was assumed that he was dead.
Well, we never saw him died.
Maybe that is true. But I'm just like, really?
I wasn't a fan of it. A lot of people loved it. I didn't not.
I didn't think it was that great.
I liked Sinister better, but I still disagree when people are like, "Oh, Sinister's like the scariest movie ever." You know how it's on that like top.
Oh, it actually is up there for me on scary.
Really? I watched it again recently, and I was like, the only thing I like about it is like the different films.
Yeah. I think
than
it's something about that movie has an elite like theater experience to it. For some reason it was very scary in theaters, but I have watched it since and it's not as scary.
Yeah.
Partially because I already know what's coming, but also it just had the like tone of that movie was just really successfully like creepy.
Yeah.
Bagul is a
guess.
very scary demon.
Yeah.
And kids are scary.
I guess. I don't know. I just didn't agree. But the Black Phone 2, I don't think it's gonna I don't think that's necessary.
No.
I don't think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a flop, and I'm wondering if that guy's still gonna be in it. What's his
Ethan
name?
Hawke?
Ethan Hawke, yes.
Well, I don't understand how it would be a Black Phone without him, unless it's a different story that's similar.
I'm not familiar with the books. Like, is it a book series?
I don't know. Maybe it's a movie about whoever moves into that house next gets haunted by him as a serial killer ghost or something.
Ooh,
That would be interesting. I also forgot to say this when we recorded last time when we talked about things that we have watched, but I did want to mention that I went out of my way and paid money to rent Winnie the Pooh 2 Blood and Honey. Or
Why?
Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2.
Why?
It was like $6. And here's my short, concise review. It was better than the first one, oddly, which I did not expect. But the first one was so bad that I don't know how you could make something worse.
Okay. Okay.
The acting
Maybe
was
they did that on purpose.
act-
that way it's
well, it's clear that they had a bigger budget for this one because the acting was better, the gore was more believable.
okay.
And when I say the acting was better, it was marginally, but it was better. And there was more of a story, even though the story was just Pooh killing a bunch of shit, a bunch of people.
They're coming out with a third one.
And they line it up at the end for a third one, which is lined up in the most ridiculous way possible. Can I spoil it for you?
Yeah.
Audience, if you don't want to have the high caliber filmmaking series Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey spoiled for you, skip about 30 seconds from now. At the end, Christopher Robin, who is the main character in these movies, he kills Pooh, and also in the course of the movie, Piglet also gets killed, and I think Tigger gets killed too. They're all in it, by the way. And he literally shoots Pooh in the face where his head explodes with a shotgun. And at the very end, Owl, who's also in it, somehow regenerates their heads. He's like, "We'll be back. They're coming back." And then it like ends. And I'm like, for
Who's watching these besides you? Who is watching this? If you're actually seeking this out.
But they also explained what they are in this movie too, which is they're like some scientific facility created these human animal hybrids, and Pooh is actually Christopher Robin's little brother who was kidnapped and turned into a bear child. Yeah, it's really good cinema.
Creativity.
Really good cinema.
Interesting. Okay, well, like honestly, the more you talk about it, the more I want to go watch it.
It's very fun, but in like, have you not seen the first one yet?
No, I'm
you
scared.
must.
It's a must.
You must watch it because I laughed the entire time.
Okay.
It's truly like, I don't even know if it was intentional, but the dumbest fucking people in this movie where they're like literally hiding behind like banisters while Pooh and Piglet are down like killing people below, and they're like hiding. They're like, they're inside the house. And they're like right fucking there. And I'm like, is this just for me so I can laugh at this? Like,
think so.
It's so bad.
Oh
but
my gosh. Okay, well now I'm gonna go watch it. This sounds like a delight.
It's quite delightful in the worst way, but which oddly made the second one less enjoyable because it wasn't as bad. But it still wasn't good.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, like this is gonna be a sweet treat.
Exactly. And I just kind of was like, okay, this is like a slightly better horror movie,
You're like,
which
oh,
is not saying a lot.
Yeah, you're like, oh, they actually tried. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like if The Room got better, and it's like, why would you want to watch that?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, good to know.
Did you want to take a little break, or did you have a game for us that we can do? Do you want to do before or after?
We can do a game right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we have time for a game. Okay,
We
so
love a game.
I'm bringing back the Jordan's ASMR Corner.
Wow.
Jordan's ASMR Corner, brought to you in part by all of the items in your home.
Yes, she just grabbed things in my house, so I should know what they are, but
I will say,
using the wig to hide my eyes,
let me
because
just double check.
also, if you didn't notice, I am rocking for the watchers. I tried to give a why did I forget her name? Dakota Fanning esque vibe, but I realized this hair looks exactly like Jordan, so we just both look like Jordan right now.
Yes. So, note to self: brush my hair when I get home. But all of these items were acquired and sourced
In Patrick's house.
in Patrick's household. So make sure you're not looking. Close
not.
your eyes, and we'll have the first item. I'll start from easiest
Okay.
to the
She's gonna make sounds with them and make me guess what they are.
most difficult. I feel like they're all gonna be pretty easy because of.
My house.
Okay, audience, if you're watching this on camera, you can see what the item is that I'm holding.
Dish soap?
No.
Shampoo.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh my gosh. I knew it was sitting out there on my counter because I hadn't put it in the bathroom yet.
It is Dove Dermacare Scalp Soothing Moisture.
You're outing me as having dandruff shampoo.
Anti-dandruff shampoo.
I don't even really have bad dandruff, but sometimes we just want to,
Girls just want to have fun.
want to make sure.
Okay, the next item.
A pencil?
No.
A chalkboard?
No. Do you own a chalkboard?
A wooden spoon.
Yes!
Oh! Were you like scratching it with your nail?
No, with each other.
Oh, you had two wooden spoons?
2 wooden spoons. One slotted. Okay. The third item.
I already know what it is because I anticipated you grabbing this.
But let's give the audience
Okay.
some time to guess.
Wonder what. Ooh. Ready for me to guess it?
Okay, yeah.
It's the half skull mask.
No.
It's not?
No.
I totally thought it was. Oh, it's the corn zipper.
It's corn. It's corn.
My friend loves corn, so that's what I got her all corn things on Etsy for her birthday.
I love it.
It's corn. I really thought you were going to grab that half skull mask that was out there.
No.
I'm like, too obvious.
Too obvious. Okay, ready?
Was that not
No,
everything?
I have one more.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the fourth and final item. Oh, I gotta take it out of the bag.
I have no idea. A book?
Nope.
Is it the skull mask now?
Yeah. It's
I truly had let it go.
half bedazzled skull mask.
Wow.
Thanks for playing.
Thank you. I wore that last year for Halloween for 45 seconds and then blacked out drunk and it was too hot for my face.
Yeah, so someone who was also invited to your birthday, I won't tell you who it is, said, "Oh, well, I have two obligations the night of Patrick's party." And I said, "Oh," I was like, "You can just come for part of the time and then go the other, like do half and half." And they're like, "Oh, well, like I don't want to, well, he'll know." And I'm like, he blacked out like 5 minutes into his last party. So just show up at the beginning. You didn't even remember when me and Mason left.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that this time.
He'll never know.
I'm not going to do it this time because we're doing a party in our apartment community center and I got to clean it at the end.
Okay, you're gonna clean up.
I have
wink.
to. Wow, that was really fun. Do you want to take a little break and then come back?
Yes, that sounds good. We'll see you.
Oh, our order's here from Thai food.
Let's eat.
Wow. And we're
Hi. Did you
Hello.
miss us? Do you know who that is? Who says that?
Who?
Hi. Did you miss us? Actually, I think he says, "Hi. Did you miss me?"
Beetlejuice?
No. Jeffree Star.
Oh my god, I haven't watched
sister.
Jeffree Star. This is James
I
Charles.
know. I'm just saying all
Hi,
the.
sisters.
Hi, sister. Pour me a little water, Sylvie.
That song is so bad. I'm
It's so
sorry.
bad.
James Charles, do something else. Anything else.
Or
maybe just
nothing.
don't do anything at all.
So today we're talking about the famous, the iconic, The Watchers.
Yes, the Watchers.
And we dressed up. Patrick is dressed up as Dakota Fanning,
Not Drew Barrymore.
not Drew Barrymore. And I dressed up as the canary.
Wow. Wasn't it not a yellow canary? Wasn't it like a green bird?
I thought it was yellow. Look it up. But I even have my sleeves.
What color was the bird?
Just do the Watchers bird. It's gonna be like bird watching.
Watchers, bird. Literally, yes, bird watching.
The Watchers
Movie.
movie bird. I'm pretty certain it was yellow.
I don't remember what color it. Oh, it was yellow. You're right.
Oh my god!
I misremembered the color. Oh, you are dressed like the bird.
Yeah, I tried to make a beak at home, but it wasn't working. I was like, never mind.
We could have made one here
It's okay.
out of something. I don't know. But what were your initial feelings and thoughts?
My initial feelings and thoughts. Okay, so I had heard not good things about it. When I was getting ready to watch it, I looked up some reviews and it was like it was so bad, and I was like, so I put off watching it, and then finally I was like, you know what?
You know what?
I am gonna watch it because people are dumb, and half the time they don't know what they're talking about.
It's true.
And also, we say this all the time. Horror movies in general,
Subjective.
It is always subjective. Like, what I love doesn't mean that everyone else will love. So I gave it a chance because I love Dakota Fanning. I've loved her since War of the Worlds. What are you laughing at?
Sorry, I reminded myself of a really funny Letterboxd review of this movie that I'm going to say later on in the episode.
I just really, and I love M. Night, and I was like, I really want to see what his daughter can do, and it just looks like an interesting movie. So I didn't really know what it was about. This is the thing. I haven't been watching trailers for movies. I just watch them, and I don't know. I find it more enjoyable that way, I guess. And at first, when she got lost in the forest, and I thought they were just going to be out in the forest for the whole movie, I'm like, damn, this movie's going to be boring. But I actually ended up really loving it. I like the mystery of not knowing what the characters look like until further into the film.
I did like that. I always think a horror movie is better when you don't know what the creatures look like.
Yeah, it kind of was similar to The Villagers. Do you remember that movie?
The Villagers?
It has, is it The Village?
Oh, the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yes, The Village, where they were all terrified of these things that came out at night.
That you never really saw until close to the end.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so I liked that. It kind of gave me the same vibes. The only thing that made me laugh is the fairies.
The Fae.
That's what they called them, the fairies. And
fairies.
it went like a weird, mythical route, and I just wasn't expecting that, because then you kind of have the body snatchers. I don't know. I was a little confused on who the villain is.
Yeah.
You see them in all sorts of ways, and then getting their backstory, and then them calling them fairies. I just kept thinking of the TikTok sound.
She was a fairy.
She was a fairy. Da, 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 da. So anyway, overall, I really enjoyed it. I had a good time watching it. It was far better than I had expected it to be. Is it my favorite movie ever? No.
I don't know why it made me think of not the She Was a Fairy TikTok, but it made me think of the Me as a Baby trend on TikTok. You know, the spinning thing in the woods.
I've never seen that. Oh,
Also
wait.
a-
Oh, yeah, the little guy.
Little guy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look, that was you as a baby. Do you remember that?
Oh my God, I remember this. It was me as a baby.
They're like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I saw the trailer, and I knew since it was in the Ireland. Shit, it is Ireland, Western Ireland.
Ireland.
But I knew that it was set over. Since it was set over there, it would probably have something to do with fairies or changelings or something, because that's very much the folklore there.
Or trolls.
And I liked the concept of the reason why they were trapped in here is so the fairies could watch them and mimic them. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
The movie ended and was kind of yeah, it was fun. It was okay. I wasn't blown away, but
I think as the ending, everything got resolved for the most part. And so you didn't feel there was this sense of wanting more, what happens next.
I liked the plot twist at the end where, spoiler alert, you have time to step away. You find out that the old lady is actually one of them. She's a changeling.
Yeah.
And she's the half human, half fairy, half fae.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish it had ended when they figured that out, instead of having the moment of her having her little confrontation. I just wanted less resolution with it. They almost did it with the kid version of her watching through the window, but there just wasn't enough. Also, why was there a weird added element of Dakota Fanning being a twin for some reason? I guess it was playing off of the mirror image mimicking thing. That was the whole theme. I get it, but I was also this felt very
a subplot that
random.
we didn't need. It didn't add to the story in any way.
Also, you notice their names. The twins were Mina and Lucy, which are the two of the women from Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh,
They're the two
Brahmi.
female leads. Oh, Brahmi.
So silly.
I also forget For some reason, I think it's because of The Great with Elle Fanning,
Yeah.
which I love that show.
It's a great show.
She has a British accent in that, and like for a long time, I got
she was British?
I got confused and thought they were both British. But I also had to remind myself, no, there's been years of Dakota Fanning movies where she does not have a British accent. Why are you thinking this all of a sudden?
I mean, they look like they could be British.
They have British
Features.
vibes.
Yeah, for sure.
They're probably like ancestrally
They're
British.
from, yeah. I'm England.
I am England. I am Dutch. I am the Netherlands.
Oh, you are? Mm-hmm. I'm your cousin to the east.
West.
West? Yes. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
So, yeah, I also liked the twist where there was like this whole bunker underneath, and you kind of got some backstory when they started watching the tapes of the professor. And
Though I will say there was
keep doing that.
There was one thing that I read in the like IMDb goofs that I was like, oh, that's a really good fucking point. Is that when they discovered those videos in the bunker, they're in like a folder on his computer that has like all of the videos like labeled with like timestamp, date, and time. And in the last one, he dies.
How did he timestamp it?
How did he timestamp, label it, and put it in a folder after he was dead? And the woman would have no reason to do that because she wouldn't want to help them figure out what's going on. She doesn't want them to leave. So who did that?
Unless this has happened before.
Unless maybe he got shot and like crawled over and was like, must put the file in the folder.
Well, I have a hard time believing that those
Actually, he didn't get shot. What am I talking about? He got like mauled,
that
right?
those the who? The husband? Yeah.
The doctor.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Oh, he was a husband to that lady.
That's
But
true.
unless like they're not the first humans that have been trapped there and found their way down into the bunker.
Oh, that's true. It could have been others down there too.
That like no one else has just ever made it out of the forest.
I will say they did a good job of not like leading on that the woman was like actually trying to keep them there, because it truly seemed like she was concerned for them,
Yeah,
which I think she
yeah.
was supposed to be. Like she was feeling human feelings.
Yeah.
But that twist was very surprising, and I think they did it in a good way where it's like the picture of the wife and like, oh, she died like several years before, blah 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 blah. I thought that was really dramatic and cool. But then we had that whole other scene where I was like, meh. Also, Georgina Campbell's in this again. I didn't realize she was British either.
Which one's she? The girl?
The brunette girl from Barbarian.
That is her.
Well, she's British.
She is.
She's British.
But she wasn't in the movie, was she?
Not in Barbarian, but she was in this.
She was?
Yeah.
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 Both. Yeah.
I have to read this Letterboxd review to talk about one of my other plot points that I thought wasn't good, that didn't make sense.
Okay.
How long does it take an Irishman, a Brit, an American, and an old lady to look under a rug? 8 months, apparently.
It's true.
Like, literally, that, to me, when they discovered that, I was like, you were in a bunker where there's literally nothing. Like, there's beds and a table, and that's it.
Yeah.
And a rug, and you just didn't look, like, the floor didn't feel different under where there's a trap door.
Unless at some point, like, the old lady was trying, like, maybe there was this is where my brain went. Like, maybe the lady was like, oh, don't worry about looking under there. I've already checked it out. Like, already,
That's true.
like, convinced them that.
She's like, don't look under the rug.
Yeah.
They'll get you.
Yeah, exactly. She probably was like, don't bother. Or, because wasn't there a table under, or it was
There was a table on top of it, and it got moved at some point in that. I think that's how they found it.
Got it. Well, the other two people out besides Dakota Fanning probably weren't the smartest.
No.
One of them was worried about her husband being out in the woods. The other one was just stubborn and rebellious.
Yeah. Georgina Campbell was also kind of, her character's a little dumb. It's like, yeah, we've made it clear that
She's
these
very
people
gullible.
can like take the form of you.
Yeah.
Well, actually, maybe they didn't know that super well, but
I don't think they knew that super well.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
But I think Dakota Fanning did a good job in it, and I like the concept of like you get your magnetically pulled here if you're like lost in life or whatever. I thought that was good.
Yeah. I think overall it really was an enjoyable film.
Yeah.
I think it deserves more praise than it got.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was entertaining. The acting was good. Visually, I thought I liked the creatures.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of creepy, but I agree. I think it would have been better to leave us on like that cliffhanger.
Yeah.
With the lady.
I also think for a directorial debut, really solid job.
Oh, yeah.
She did a great job. She made her daddy proud.
I think so.
Mr.
Yeah.
M. Night.
Great job.
I will say in this vein of like movies about changelings, there's this other one that I've seen.
Called The Changeling?
No, not The Changeling. The Hallow.
The Hallow.
I really like The Hallow. It came out in 2015. It's about the same vibe. It was spooky.
We're far from the Hallow now.
I don't think I remember the acting being very great, but it had some good like ooh, spooky shots.
Oh,
like
spooky
ooh,
shots.
that's nope. But yeah, just it was fun. But if you want another movie in that same vein about that same kind of thing, it's fun. Yeah, that's all I really have to. Oh, there was one other funny review I wanted to read from Letterboxd. Okay. No, Dakota Fanning, don't go into the creepy forest of death. It's a waste of 102 minutes.
Aww.
This one. Why do the fairies serve pussy cunt slay?
You can tell a Gen Z wrote that review.
Absolutely. This one, I don't agree, but I do like this. Shauna Night Shyamalan really is stepping into her father's footsteps by making bad movies.
Oh my gosh. I don't get the hate.
Yeah.
They're like Nickelback. Like people just love to hate on them just to hate on them.
This review. That man fucked the creature? Which I guess had to happen.
No, why?
Because the woman was half human, half creature.
I don't think so.
Or maybe it wasn't his doing. It was a...
Yeah, because remember we got that whole backstory about how the fairies used to live in the town. They coexisted with the humans, and when they started intermingling, they started creating these like half-breeds. And they became a threat to society.
To society.
And so they banished them underground. And that's what I think one of them was a halfling, and that's the one that
halfling.
Yeah, that's the one that got trapped down there. I don't think I didn't get the impression. I mean, they might have had.
Might have fucked.
They might have, but I didn't. That's not where my mind went. My mind went to like down the line. They were. Their parents. Its parents.
Their parents. Also, I will say there is something very unsettling about having to every night stand in front of a window where you can't see on the other side and just whatever's in the forest is watching you.
Yeah, that is weird.
It goes to my fear of living in a place where you don't have blinds anywhere.
Ew.
It's always the worst. I house sat for my friend who I love, but they don't have blinds or curtains. And they're like right on the street. Like the house is right on the street. And at night, I just like the whole time was like, everyone can see me.
Yeah, that's really creepy. They need to get curtains ASAP.
Not a fan. Not a fan of being watched.
I don't like that either. It feels very like intrusive and like vulnerable.
Yeah. Well, if you like this episode,
rate, review, and subscribe.
Do it. And you can also email us at silentscreamingpodcast@gmail.com. And you can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Silent Screaming Podcast. I don't know why I'm talking like this.
It's because we're from Ireland.
It's because Jordan is England.
I am England.
I am the Netherlands. Don't drink and podcast.
Good day.
Goodbye.
Why won't I?
Good. You said good day.
Australian.
You're Australian at the end.
Good day.
Good day.